We have some more breaking news this evening from the NHL. Evgeni Malkin and the Penguins have come to terms. Malkin staying after all. We'll discuss the contract coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some big breaking news from the NHL. One of the top potentially coveted free agents is off the market. Evgeni Malkin and the Penguins have come to terms on a 4-year contract, keeping the player in Pittsburgh likely for the remainder of his NHL career. Now, of course, we had seen details in the last, really earlier today, 24 hours or less here, saying that Evgeni Malkin was frustrated with the Penguins and that he was more than likely testing free agency tomorrow. There was still a chance he could sign in Pittsburgh, but it seemed like the relationship was damaged and he might very well be moving on. That's not the case any longer. He's come to terms on a 4-year contract extension with an average annual value at $6.1 million. If that number sounds familiar, because that's the exact same cap hit that we saw Chris Letang sign for, except he signed for 6 years instead. So Crosby has 3 years remaining on his contract. Now Malkin has 4 and Letang has 6. So certainly the reports on the last few days have indicated here that Malkin, he was confused, he was frustrated, he was stressed, saying that the Penguins didn't think he was good anymore. Obviously, he's dealt with a lot of injuries. He just kind of felt disrespected and neglected and wasn't a priority. And, I can kind of understand why in a way, but at the same time, he has to understand that, as much as he was looked upon as being important, they could only do so much here to keep him in the fold. But they've come to terms on exactly this deal that was reportedly discussed a couple days ago when Malkin decided that he just basically broke off negotiations and said he was testing the market. So the 4-year deal at 6.1 was reportedly on the table a few days ago. Now, according to some reporters, Sidney Crosby played a role in getting this deal done, bringing the two sides back together to get back on the negotiating table and to get this hammered out. Of course, we know that Sid recently paid Gino a visit at his off-season home in Florida. At least that was reported in the last few days. Just trying to talk to him more as a friend than anything else, see how he was doing. And of course, he wants Malkin there. He's obviously, a franchise icon. These 3 players, between him and Letang and Malkin, have all won together 3 Stanley Cups. Of course, Malkin also has a Hart Trophy, a Conn Smythe Trophy. He's been a huge part of that team's success. And even though he's battled his injuries, when he's been playing, he's still a beast on the ice and is still a dominant player. Staying healthy has been a challenge for him as of late. And I'm sure it'll continue to be to some extent. I mean, hopefully not, but it's just the nature of how things go. He hasn't played a full 82-game campaign in several years, and it would be surprising if he's able to pull it off now. But like I said, that would be a bonus if he can. But ultimately, like I said, Crosby was able to get the two sides to come back together. They've negotiated it out, and they're keeping the band together. Now, of course, that's going to be difficult to say what else the Pens do here. Some other players that are, pending UFAs may not come back, like Evan Rodriguez, for example. They've already signed Rickard Rakell as well to a 6-year deal. So they get Rickard Rakell, they get Malkin, they get Crosby, they get Letang. So now they have to finish rounding out the rest of their roster. Wouldn't be surprising at all if Hextall might find a move or two to maybe give them some more flexibility to make a few additional changes. Lots of rumors that they want to trade a defenseman, whether it be Marino, Dumoulin, Pettersson. One of them likely is going to go with that new Letang contract. It's going to force some change here and kind of cause them to kind of shave money elsewhere. So we'll see, but this is huge news for Pittsburgh fans. Of course, we saw the news earlier tonight with Johnny Gaudreau announcing that he's leaving the Flames and not returning through free agency. And now Malkin does the opposite and returns after everybody thought it might be a done deal that he's gone too. But that'll make free agents frenzy a little less entertaining tomorrow, a little bit less on the speculative side of where he's going, but it's good for Pittsburgh, it's good for their fan base, it's good for Malkin. So let me know what you think down in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to this channel, of course, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with all the craziness from the free agent frenzy, the NHL offseason, and all 32 teams, and we'll make sure you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.